In this video, I'm going to show you my latest method of installing the Verus miner on some phones, tablets, pretty much any Android device. So as you guys know, I've been mining Verus with phones for a really long time, and a little less known fact is that I have a substantial tablet farm as well. And the tablets that I like are actually these Amazon Fire tablets, and I've got 5 here. These are the 8-inch versions. These are all 12th gen tablets. And today I'm going to walk you through how I configure these. Now, in previous videos, I talked about some scripts I created that help you configure your phones, get you up and mining. I've learned a lot of things since then. I think that probably that big video that I did was about 2 years ago. So I wanted to do an updated video today. Now, the approach is still pretty much the same. We are going to install a terminal emulator or terminal app, and we're going to basically install some dependencies, run a script, get the miner up and running. However, with this method that I'm going to show you today, it will actually auto launch the miner on boot. So if your device restarts, such as it updates and restarts itself, it'll start mining automatically on reboot for you. First thing we're going to do, and the bulk of this we're actually going to do on the computer, which makes things even easier. But to get started, let's go ahead and just kind of move a couple of these to the side here. And we've got our tablet. As you can see, this is a fresh setup. I actually factory restored all 5 of these. And we're going to go to settings. The first thing we need to do is enable developer mode. So on the Fire tablets, we go settings, device options, about tablet, and we tap on the serial number about 9 times, and then we hit back. And now we have developer options. We want to toggle on developer settings, hit OK, and we're going to tap stay awake, and then we're going to scroll down, and I'm going to turn on disable ADB authorization timeout. And I'm going to turn on USB debugging. And I'm also going to turn on wireless debugging. Now, by turning all of these on, we're able to connect to the device either over Wi-Fi or USB and actually access it, mirror the screen, mirror keystrokes, basically manage it all remotely. And so at this point, this is actually all that we need to do on the device. We already have it connected to the Wi-Fi, which I did before this video. Before I started recording this video. But so we've got the device set up, developer mode set up. Now the rest of this, we're gonna hop on over to the computer. We're back over at the computer, and there's a couple tools that we want to download to streamline this process. So the first thing is, because I am using a Amazon Fire tablet, I'm gonna download Fire Toolbox from the XDA forums. And if you come over here and you scroll down, you can see that under downloads, we've got the Windows version, which is currently version 39.1. I think 39.2 might be out now, but you can go ahead and download the standalone. We're going to need that. Again, that's only if you're using a Fire tablet. And then there's a couple other utilities we're going to use. One is going to be a CRCPY, which is screen copy. And this is a utility that will allow you to mirror your phone or your tablet, your Android device, to the computer and actually fully interact with it on the computer. If you guys are familiar with the Cell Hasher, this is one of the utilities that they leverage with their controller app. So we're going to go ahead and download this from the release section as well. And this is going to be a full zip file. We're going to download and extract this. You can just download, I'm on Windows, so I'm just going to download the Win64 zip file, which I've already done. And then we also need Termux. So we want the Termux app, and we want to go over to their GitHub, go to releases. And under Android 7 Plus only, we're going to download the universal one. And then we also want, there's actually a plugin for Termux called Termux Boot. And this allows you basically to run a script whenever your phone or your Android system starts up. And this is actually going to allow us to start up the miner automatically whenever our device reboots. And so for this, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go to releases, and you're going to hop on over, and you're going to download the latest APK of that. And then we're also going to be leveraging my GitHub for the Verus CLI mining, which is one I've covered before, but I've since added Termux specific scripts. And so if you scroll down, there's Termux installation instructions. It's going to basically be all the commands that you need to run, which is going to be super easy. There's actually only one command that we need to run. So we're going to, now that we've downloaded everything, let's go ahead and pull up that folder. So I've got everything downloaded in this folder. So we've got Fire Toolbox, we've got Screen Copy, and we've got our Termux app and Termux boot. So now I'm going to plug the tablet into the computer using a USB-C cable. And on the device, we're prompted for allow USB debugging. So I'm going to go ahead and say allow. And once I do this, I can, if we can go ahead and pull up Screen Copy, just go ahead and open this. And this is actually going to mirror the tablet. So now we're going to, we can bring that back up here. And we want to open Fire Toolbox now. Okay, and once Fire Toolbox is opened, let's go ahead and bring up both of those here. There's a few things we want to do here. First thing I'm going to do is lock screen management. I've got the ad supported version, so I'm going to remove lock screen ads. Go ahead and hit execute, hit yes. That's going to remove the lock screen ads from my system. And then we can go back. And now I want to go manage Amazon apps. And we've got disable Amazon apps. We're going to do a standard debloat. And we'll go ahead and hit execute. And you're going to see it remove a few of the apps. So there you can see it removed a handful of the standard apps that it's aware of. And those apps can always get added back on updates. But for now, we should be good with that. Then we're going to click this little down arrow down here. And we're going to go to sideload apps. And I'm going to go into the folder where I downloaded both Termux APKs. So we're going to do Termux app. And then we're going to hit browse on app number 2. And select the boot app. And now we're going to say sideload all. This is going to install both of those apps on our phone. Or in our case, a tablet. And now what we want to do is I'm actually going to close Screen Copy. And I'm going to close Fire Toolbox. And this is because we want to open Screen Copy with a specific command. We're going to shift right click in any of this empty space down here. We're going to do open in terminal. And we're going to do /scrpy.exe space -- legacy -- paste. We need to do this so that we can basically copy in our system and Control V straight into the terminal session. And once you hit that, then you might have to authorize it on your device. And now we have the ability to copy and paste. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Termux boot. And you'll be able to just click on these to interact. All you need to do is open this once, and then you can just hit the menu and dismiss it. By opening it manually, it actually sets the system up to launch it on boot. So we're good there. Now we need to click on Termux. And this is going to do the initial bootstrap package. Okay. Once this is done, all we have to do is hop on over to our GitHub, and we can copy. Well, the first thing we want to do is we want to run a LSCPU to see how many cores this system has. The cool thing about using screen copy, you can just type with your keyboard, hit enter, and it'll run the command for you. So we can see we have 6 cores in this. So now we're going to copy this whole line here, and copy that, and then just click in screen copy, do a Control V. That's going to paste the whole thing. And you're going to notice that we're actually running the script with a few parameters. One is the pull info for the connection, our wallet address, our password, and the number of threads that the system's running. So this eliminates the need for you to have any config files, anything like that. You can always adjust it later, manually editing the file, but this allows you to do everything up front. And then you're basically just going to click that. This is going to download that script, execute that script, which is going to download the miner source code, compile it specific to your device, and then it's going to generate the script that will allow it to auto launch on boot up, and it will start the miner in a background screen session. So we're just going to let this run, and then once it's done, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, the install's done, and it gives you some info here telling you that it's installed and running. And to view the miner, you can just do screen-R. So if we just do a screen-list, we can see the miner is running. It's currently detached. So if we do a screen-R miner, there you can see it is connected to luck pool, which is the pool that we defined, and it's already got a couple shares submitted and accepted. And now we can just do Control A, D to detach from that. And now I can just show you a couple quick things real quick. So if we do an ls, you're going to see there's a startup file here. So if we do nano startup.sh, this is going to be the file that contains the command to run on startup. So you can see that it's going to run this. So if you need to change your wallet address, you can just come in here, change it here. We can do a Control X. Now, if we reboot the device, so I'm going to go ahead and just hold down the power button, and I'm going to say restart. We're going to go ahead and restart. This is probably going to disconnect the screen copy session. All right, the device is restarted. So if we go ahead and open screen copy again, go and bring this window over here, you're going to see there's a little 1 here. And if we drag down from the top, what you're going to notice here is Termux is running and wake lock is held. So it auto started up Termux on launch. And so if we pull up Termux, you can see it's putting us into session 1 instead of 0. And if we do a screen-list, you can see that the miner is running. So now if we do a screen-R miner and attach, so it was starting up still, so we haven't had any accepted shares yet, but you can see we do have a couple difficulty adjustments happening. So and there's our first accepted share. So what's happening here is whenever the device itself reboots, it's auto starting that in the background. And then if you want to attach to the miner, you can just do that screen-R space miner. You do a Control A and a D to detach from that. And so it would be this similar thing. We can actually, dismiss Termux if we want to go and do something else. You can always see that it is, running here. We've got wake lock set up here. So if we click on this, pull that back up and we do screen dash list, we can see that it's detached and it's running. And so we do screen dash R miner, and there you can see we still have those 2 accepted shares. But at this point, everything's great. So in the event the system updates and reboots, it will just auto start the miner whenever the device reboots. So this is the way that I set up my devices. It makes it super easy. You don't have to type anything on the phone. Really, the only thing you have to do on the device ahead of time is just enable that developer mode. And then you plug it in the USB, hit authorize, and pretty much everything else is a smooth sailing. You can do it all from within the computer using screen copy. The biggest thing is for Control V to work, pasting the command, just make sure that you launch screen copy with that perimeter of legacy paste. But taking this approach, I can set up new devices in, less than 5 minutes a device. It's super easy. And so obviously this is my preferred method now of setting up all these devices. And you're welcome to use any of those scripts if you want. Again, you can, whenever you copy this command, you can just replace my wallet address with your wallet address, and you will be good to go. It will start mining to that wallet. And because we enabled wireless debugging as well, we can actually use screen copy over Wi-Fi. I'm not going to cover that in this video. I may cover that in another video if you're interested in knowing how to set up screen copy to access your devices wirelessly so you don't have to plug in USB. Let me know down in the comments below. I can maybe cover that in a future video.